One of the wilder racetracks in the Gatorade Cup Series is our fourth chase race of the season. We're here in the Pensacola Speedway for the running of the Can-Am 500. On the pole for today's race is Cement Oskin in the 47. Who's outside second is the 33 of Steven Taylor. Then third's Joe Jefferson. Fourth is Max Anderson. And rounding out the top five, Wyatt Walker in the 10. Who's outside sixth, it's Roman Fenway in the 13. Seventh place we have Anthony Hernandez. Eighth is Griffin Lynn. And ninth is Mathis Wells. And Jake Galloway won this race last season. He rounds out the top 10. The rest fails William Boland, who's outside Vincent Vinta. Then we have Carter Joey, who's inside Ann McDowell. Behind them, TJ Hanley and Cole Luigi, along with Mitchell Collins and Alexander Rowe. Then there's Jay Jefferson and Eli Bright, along with Jonathan Rains and Riley Sampson, who comes in as the points leader. Then there's Levi Shones and Trey Rainey. Behind them, Jeff Wright and Al Lagasse. Then there's Colton Yo and Sebastian Kukulan, along with Marshall Burrow and Luke Rainey. Then we have Nathan Ormond and Alex Fletcher, along with Anton Charbois and Matt Godden. Then we have Jonathan Buford and Carter Friesen second in the points, along with Trey Wright and Oliver Galloway, Derek Bouchard and Tyler Fink. And the final row has Derek Hamlin, who's outside 42nd, is number 19 of Danny Lloyd. So there's our starting lineup for the Can-Am 500 Chase Race number 4 of the Gatorade Cup Series season number 9. Let's get it going, starting command to fire the engines up for 26 laps of action in Pensacola.
Drivers, start your engines!
And the switches are being flipped to fire the engines up for 26 laps of action here in Pensacola, the Can-Am 500 Chase Race number 4 of the Gatorade Cup Series season. Coming into this race here today, Riley Sampson holds a 3-point gap over Carter Friesen. 4 points ahead of Jonathan Rains, 5 ahead of Levi Shones, 6 ahead of Jake Galloway, and 7 ahead of Cement Oskin, 11 ahead of Anthony Hernandez as well in the 48 car. Those are the drivers within one race of the points lead. So leaving here today in Pensacola, any one of those drivers could be the points leader, but it's still close for the championship. The top 6 all very close together. 7 points separate those top 6. So Matt Oskin, one of those who's in the top 6 in points, has the pole for today's race, chooses the inside for the start. Let's see if he can try and get out front and dominate early on. Pace car to pit road. Cement Oskin, Steven Taylor, the front row for the Can-Am 500 Chase Race number 4 in the Gatorade Cup Series is green. Anthony Hernandez already showing the strength. 3 wide to lead lap 1. 3 wide, that was 3 chasers in the middle of the 3 wide. Wyatt Walker, Cement Oskin, Anthony Hernandez, all 3 wide. They sorted out, and Anthony Hernandez is clear out in front. 3 wide behind for a second. Coach with the 42 to the inside. Eli Bright the 88. Now Bright is Hernandez's teammate. We'll see if he tries to help that 48 forward, or does he push Colucci to get by the 48. Down the backstretch, Luigi up in line for now behind the 48. Trying to look for a run. He's going to jump down from the 88. Eli Bright, though, wants to take it down to that double yellow line. Can he do it? To turn 3, Luigi in the 42 is going to get clear of Anthony Hernandez. So the 42 moves out front on lap number 2. Eli Bright, the 88, up to P2 with Colton Yo, the 99, just behind him. And they come off turn 4. You can see 4 wide in some points, 3 wide most of the field. Now Eli Bright jumps down to try and get the push from Colton Yo. Luigi leads the lap. However, Eli's to the inside of the 88 car. Look at this look from turn 1 as they look down the front stretch as the pack races off towards the camera angle. Eli Bright clear and leading. Marshall Burrow, the 37. Here comes Carter Friesen. Comes in 3 points out of the points lead that Riley Sampson holds. Friesen started towards the back of the field today. Already up inside the top 3 on lap 3. And this is a racetrack where you can shuffle around to the front easy, shuffle to the back easily. Just all depends on who has the run, which lane is moving. Carter Friesen, Trey Rainey inside. Levi Shones. Here comes Friesen for the lead in 3 and 4. He's there on Eli Bright. So they go side by side for the top spot off turn 4. Friesen inside, Eli Bright outside. Who leads lap 3 of the race? Coming down to the start-finish line. E-lap right the run, but Friesen has the advantage and he'll lead the lap. Here comes Levi Jones, the 92 car. Down low, 3 wide making a move. He's going for the lead. Levi Jones, one of the dominant forces this season. He'll be out in front off turn 2 here in Pensacola. Move Alex up to second. He has his teammate Trey Wright with him to third. Front row motorsports right now second and third behind Levi Jones in the 92. Now Alex, he wants the lead. Down the backstretch side by side with Levi Jones. Tyler Fink the 21, a good push on the inside. He'll get up inside the top 3. He'll lose way to second here off turn 4. Here comes Danny Lloyd, started this race 42nd. Number 19 already up inside the top 5, looking for 4th off turn 4. Here comes Fink 2 Legacy. Look at the 6 Oliver Galway down low 3 wide. Alex, he leads and he's going to get back clear because they slow each other down behind. Oliver Galway the 6. Here comes Anton Charbonneau. Derek Campbell starting the last row. He's up inside the top 5 now, the 32 car. Max Ayrton the 12 coming forward. Oliver Galway, the 6 is clear. Anton Charbonneau clear in third. Here comes Derek Campbell trying to get to 4th down the backstretch. A very single file for the front 3. It's Al Legacy leading now. Oliver Galway with the run for the lead down the backstretch. Side by side for the top spot. Oliver Galway has the inside lane. Oh, around they go. Jake Galway's in the 11. Up the racetrack. Look at that. A car's upside down. Jonathan Buford. Jeff Wright rides the wall. Wyatt Walker as well. Riley Sampson, our points are off the wall. Burrow. There's Buford and Adam McDowell. Carter Joey as well. TJ Hanley involved. Joe Jefferson on the apron, but the yellow flag is in the air. And racing back, it's Oliver Galway in the 6 with the top spot. Huge crash here on lap number 5. Early on, we had just started the race. We haven't really gotten it going yet. Our first yellow of the race. Now this could be a shortened cleanup, shortened caution period, so it'll be interesting to see how that works here in the Gatorade Cup Series once again. So yellow was out. Jake Galway, one of the first to go around. Marcia Burrell, and we saw Jonathan Buford along with Jeff Wright take nasty rides in turns 3 and 4. The Can-Am 500 chase race number 4 under its first caution flag of the race. This wasn't really a position for there to be a crash in. Marcia Burrell and Jake Galway just rubbing together. They're only 4 wide. Not really like it's anything different from what we've seen. 37-11. They'll rub right here, entering the corner. Down, they just clip Jonathan Buford. Riley Sampson along for the ride. And then Buford comes up. I think he gets hit, projected into the air by Carter Joey. He goes up, he nails the wall. Jeff Wright pinched into the wall by Wyatt Walker. Riley Sampson, Marcia Burrell. So the 9 on his side. Tough break for Jeff Wright. After such a good Iowa race, he'll be out of the running here. Wyatt Walker's going to be done the 10th. This could be his 3rd straight bad points day. Riley Sampson might be done. We know Carter Joey's possibly done. For Joey, that'd be his 4th straight bad chase race. He's had finishes of 11th, 11th, and 11th in the chase so far. But Jonathan Buford probably took the nastiest ride. Alexander Rowe, TJ Hanley are ones that we didn't really mention. Wondering if Samet Oskin was able to make it through that. The 47. I think he was in the middle of it. Well, if he got slowed down, remember he's up there in the points because now that the 15 is possibly out or at least heavily damaged, I mean, that could open the door for someone else to try and gain on this points lead. And for someone like Carter Friesen, who I believe wasn't in this, but look at that hit for Jonathan Buford right there. Hard one. Hernandez gets slow, missed it. Same with Samet Oskin. So we do have a few chasers involved. Riley Sampson, Carter Joey, Jake Galloway, and Wyatt Walker all done for the day. Or maybe not done, but they're slow now and damaged now. The win here in Pensacola. That's Oliver Galway in the 6 with the race leader at the start-finish line. He will stay out on the racetrack, and Oliver Galway will be your race leader once you get back going in the Can-Am 500. Coming back to the green flag, lap number 8. Oliver Galway the 6 in control of this first restart of the day. Wyatt Walker, this will be his 3rd straight last place chase finish. The 10 car out once again. Jonathan Buford, Jeff Wright, TJ Hanley out along with Carter Joey the 17. That will be his 4th straight 11th place chase finish for the 17. Also out, Trey Rainey the 51 has taken his car to the garage. He will be done for the day. 36 cars should be on the lead lap to continue on here in Pensacola. Oliver Galway in the 6 leads the race. Behind him in 2nd is chaser Derek Campbell. 3rd is Al Legacy. 4th is Max Anderson. Anton Charbonneau, chaser inside the top 5. Then Derek Bouchard in 6th. Tyler Fink 7th. 8th is Matt Gunn. Danny Lloyd in 9th. And rounding out the top 10, Nathan Orman in the 24. 2 nights ago in the Pensacola Truck Series, 1 yesterday in the Target Series, looking for the sweep in Pensacola among all 3 series in 3 consecutive days. Back to the green flag, Oliver Galway with the race lead. Hamill's 2nd, Legacy, Anderson, Anton Charbonneau. They all step on the gas to get back going. Hamill looking high on the 6. I'm surprised he didn't take it to the bomb, but Derek Hamill gonna give up some spots on that outside lane. Alex inside the 38 car, gonna get a nice run. It's going to take a little bit of time for them to get back going up to full speed and for them to get clustered back together in a pack. Normally spread out here in the restarts, so it takes a little bit for them to get back together, accordion back together. But Alexi for the lead already down the backstretch on Oliver Galloway. Got a nice run in the draft. And speaking of nice run, that 96 has a huge run to the front two. Danny Lloyd out of line. To the WL line he goes, the 19 car. Aggressive move on Mac, on to Max Anderson. Alexi pushed clear by Anton Charlebois. Tyler Fick, the 21 in the bottom lane moving forward. Danny Lloyd, Nathan Orman, Trey Wright. Look at them down to that WL line on it. They don't cross it though. That's not illegal if you don't cross it. Danny Lloyd, 19, 4 wide for fourth to the corner. Nathan Orman, the 24, got a little tight there to lift. Lost some time. But he's still in that same position where he was. Gets down in front of Levi Shones. Shones and Carter Friesen coming up to the front. Those are some of the top two in the point standings. Looking for some runs to the front here. Shones out of line down the backstretch. Carter Friesen, the 43, looking out of line now on Shones. He'll take it 4 wide to the corner for third. Up at the front though, it's Alexi leading in the 38 car. Danny Lloyd, the 19, looking for the lead through 3 and 4. Looking for the run. Couldn't quite get there. Now Nathan Orman is clearing third. Carter Friesen fourth. Alex Fletcher up to fifth, the 72 car. There they come down the front stretch. Carter Friesen out of line for third. For the lead, Danny Lloyd on Al Agassi. Here comes that 19. That's two chasers. Bottom lane working together. Lloyd and Friesen. Danny's not really in the championship hunt at this point in time. Carter Friesen, second in points, looking for the points after Riley Sampson's misfortune here. Off of the corner. Dead heat. Lagsy getting a nice push on the outside. More committed up there. See that inside, there is some commitment issues there. And Lloyd doesn't have the help. Look at the push Alex receives from Nathan Orman. He is back clear. Great run for the 38. Now Lloyd just did not have the help he needed. Don't look now. Last race winner, Jay Jefferson, won at Iowa. Looking to win now on the high banks at Pensacola. He won here a few seasons ago in that 78 car. Jay Jefferson looking for another Gatorade Cup Series victory. Vince Vinta out of line for second with 16 to go. It is all Alexi, the 38, leading this event. Mitchell Collins, 14 down low, 3 wide. Anthony Hernandez, the 48 behind him. Remember, Hernandez led the first lap here today after going from 7th to 1st. Vince has a nice run to that 38 car. Stalls out a little right there, but he is on the back bumper with nice help from behind if he wants to try and make a move for the lead down the back. Here he comes. Vince Vinta for the top spot for the Ford. Stays with the Ford. Mitchell Collins goes high. Now Anthony Hernandez bottom lane, but that help is a good ways away from Vince Vinta. We'll see if he can clear in 3 and 4. No real help to the 95 for now. Mitchell Collins, though, splits the 38 out. And now Vince is going to clear. Vince Vinta out in front now in the Can-Am 500. Hernandez through to second, the 48 car. And we already have lappers up ahead. Riley Sampson severely off the pace of the 15 car. He will be caught, possibly this lap. Which lane goes, which lane doesn't. That is a chaser. That is the points leader. Coming into the race off the pace and about to slow up the field. Vince is where he wants to be, out to in front and clear in a nice ways away from second on back in case something happens. But now if they get a run onto him, do they try and trap him behind the 15? Down the back stretch. Here they come to Riley Sampson. Where does Vince Vinta go to get around? Oh, he stayed with him. He went high at the last second. Kukulon going to split bottom lane. The one has a nice run for the lead. 15. Backing up the top and middle lane. Down low goes Jonathan Rains. The inside will get going. The outside is stuck. Is blocked. Eli Bright's got to shuffle him out right there. Look at them 4 wide. About to wreck to get around. Oh, around they go. Samad Oskin outside wall. The 47. Matt Gunn as well is involved. They spin down the racetrack and we get a yellow flag. Colton Yo's well in the inside wall. Second yellow of the race as they wreck trying to get around the left car of Riley Sampson. Now, did the leaders take it? They did. Back in front, Vince Vinta, the 95. So caution comes out just before the halfway point. A few cars get damaged as Samad Oskin, one of the chasers up towards the top of the points, goes spinning off turn 4. One of the reasons these drivers were shoving up was because of the lap car. The other one was because some cars were coming down pit road. So Samad Oskin is shoving up 4 wide. He has Matt Gunn outside Matt as well, along with Alex Fletcher. The 20 and the 6 are hitting the pits right here. Some sort of issue to both of those cars. Something interesting as to why both of them would be pitting. 47 up to the 41. Hit the wall. They go. Colton Yo just gets clipped right there by the 47. He spins down the racetrack. William Bolin, the 3. I mean, he gets some damage, but that could have been a lot worse for Bolin. He does have some damage, though, to that number 3 car, but a chaser involves Samet Oskin. Derek Bouchard, Oliver Galloway hit the pits. Luckily for them now that this yellow came out, because they're not going to lose a lap now or lose the draft. They'll be right back with it. Bad thing is they're going to have to restart back in the field, though. Colton spin right there. Very fortunate that that didn't collect a lot more cars, but he's lucky he missed that pit wall too. One more look at it. Oskin hard hit. Come down and get Colton William Bone right there in the 3. Some damage to the front end. Gets away decently. Colton damage to the inside wall right there. There's Oliver Galway and pit road. Derek Bouchard as well in the 20. So now the field back here, they're going to have to try and work their way around the lap car. Riley Sampson on the restart. Be interesting to see where they put the 15 in terms of the lineup. Now back in front, Vince Vince in the 95 with the race in the Can-Am 500. He'll take us back to the green flag in chase race number 4. Here comes the field back to the green flag on lap number 15. Vince Vinta, non-chaser, leads the race. Samet Oskin has taken his car to the garage. He will be done for the day. Riley Sampson, a lap down, will now be 35th on the racetrack. So tough break to another one of our chasers. That's now 3 chasers out of the race, a few of which are damaged at the back of the field. Vince Vinta leads in the 95. Sebastian Kukel on the 1 in 2nd. Derek Kimmel's 3rd. Anthony has 4th. Griffin Lynn is up to 5th. Then you have Tyler Fink, Max Anderson, Jonathan Raines, Joe Jefferson, Steven Taylor, the front 10. Off the pace, Jay Jefferson to the apron, issued to the 78 car. He was set to restart inside the top 15. Now Riley Sampson lining up 11th on the racetrack. He's not there, though. He has a little damage. Eli Bright, though, doesn't really get the jump to stay with that 15. Back racing in Pensacola. Where's Riley Sampson go on this restart? Now Eli's going to take it to the inside the 88 car. He's going to shovel that 15 up high. Mitchell Collins goes high, the 14. Remember, Sampson has all that damage on the rear end that's really affecting the speed of that race car. Carter Friesen going to need to get around right here. Remember, Sampson comes in as the points leader. Friesen comes in 2nd in points. Now, Riley Sampson driving down almost in front of the 43. That slowed him up a little bit there. Levi Jones, the 92, kind of halted. They'll get around, though. But do they now lose touch with the draft up in front of them is the big question. Vince Vinta in total control right now in Pensacola. Derek Hill up to 2nd, the 32. Here comes Max Harrison, the 12. He'll look for 3rd on Sebastian Kukulon. Goes up from the 48 of Anthony Nez down the front stretch. Max Harrison takes 3rd, but they have a good ways to go to get to Vince Vinta. The 95 has such a nice gap currently. Griffin Lynn, the 7, has won 3 races this season. Missed the chase due to poor performances as of late. Can he win his 4th of the season in Pensacola? Will he come back to 10 to go this time by? Vince Vinta, nice position. Derek Hamill needs Max Harrison to stay with him, but the 12 looks for 2nd for himself. Didn't really go with the greater cause there. Kukulon out of line, the 1. The 32 stays clear, the 12. Now Kukulon, can he try and help that 12 to get to the 32? Make a move on that 95. Vince Vinta has a sit and duck right now. They're lined up behind him. Anthony has the 48 back up to 5th. He wants to get by that 32 to be the highest chaser. Max Harrison again out of line. He's not willing to go with that 32. We've seen that so far, and he's timed it so wrong. Whenever he goes down low, he has no run to make that move. Now the 1 of the 48 trying to get around the outside. Through 1 and 2. The front 2 stay clear in single file. Max Anderson, where's the 12 go? Can he get clear of the 1 again to have a shot at the front 2? Down the backstretch. Max Anderson under attack from Griffin Lynn, the 7, but now Tyler Fink coming to try and help his pseudo teammate out. Tyler Fink out of line, but the 7 gets back clear of that. Here comes Carter Friesen looking to take over the points. The 43 car, nice position currently. Getting up right here. That's going to be a chase position on the outside. The 48 of Anthony that he will gain. That will be 11 points once he gets by. Max Harrison out of line again on Derek Campbell for 2nd. With the 32 getting that draft off the 95. Just overall in a better position. Going to get back clear into turn 1. Hamill has got to be furious. He knows that 12 stays with them. They could probably get up and get by that 95. That's 2 Fords. They could probably get up and get to the lead 1 and 2. That 32 is going to have a good run right here off turn 2. Here he comes to the back of the 95. Staying in line, the 12 once again looking for the run. Now Hamill can jump down right there, but Max Harrison makes it first. Max Harrison out of line this time. He'll stay side by side to grab the 2nd position away from Derek Hamill. It's all Vince Vinta at the front of the field, though. He leads currently, and I have to think a car's coming down pit road. How they're kind of sliding up the racetrack. It might be Carter Friesen. Friesen to pit road. That's 43. He came in 2nd in the point standings. Now he's off the pace to pit road. That's our 3rd car we've seen with issues that had to hit the pits. That sold up Mathis Wells, the 18. Now can they run down the front 5? They are a single file. It's turned into a 5-car race. Can Eli Bright try and hang on? I don't think he can. Now these drivers back here, they have to hope they get caught. They have 7 laps. Make it 7 at the start finish line to get caught up. Mathis Wells in the draft to Eli Bright. However, Eli not really hanging with these front 4. And Vince Venta's loving it. There's no energy to create runs behind. He's in a good position currently. You have to wonder, something with the tires going wrong. We saw Derek Bouchard and Oliver Galloway make unscheduled pit stops at the same time. Carter Friesen just now making unscheduled pit stops. Jay Jefferson had his issue under the yellow flag. Is it something with the tires? Is something going wrong here on these cars that is making these drivers have to come down pit road? And for Carter Friesen, that was such a tough break. Look, he was going to gain the points lead. Now he's in a bad position. He's still on pit road. So obviously the 43, his issue is going to be really, really bad. He might get passed by Riley Sampson, the 15 right here, coming along. Jay Jefferson still on pit road, so we have cars on pit road with issues. Jake Galloway had the 11, the next to be caught in terms of lap traffic. Coming to 6 to go this time by. The pack starting to single file out to run down the front 5. Eli Brad is latched on, make it 5 cars. It could be a few more. Mathis Wells, Nathan Ormond, Alex Fletcher, Roman Fenway, Jonathan Rains, Cole Luigi, Lloyd, Shones, Taylor, Wright, Fink, Hernandez, Kukulon, and Charbois. Trying to stay latched on. That's about 19 cars. They're trying to fight for this win. Now we got some momentum at the front. Some moves will be made. Max Anderson out of lines. Eli Bright with them with 6 to go. It's all Vince Venta at the front of the field in the 95. However, lap traffic, Jake Galloway could impact this thing. There they come. They're catching the 11 off turn 2 right there. There's Galloway. Here comes the field off turn 2. About 30 miles an hour faster than that 11 out front. They are catching. Can Venta get around that 95? Mathis Wells out of line. 3 wide for the 18 car down low. Eli Bright Hamill forced topside. And here they come to the 11. Can Venta get around? Here comes Vince Venta to Jake Galloway. Goes around the outside. Max Harrison as well. The 11 holds up his teammate. Mathis Wells on the inside. Now the 11 sliding up. Inside, back going. 3 cars break away with 5 to go now. It's 3 cars. And now, Chasers held up. Levi Shones, Derek Kimball on the outside. Nowhere to go. And now as it turned into a 3-car race at the front. Vince Venta, Max Anderson, Eli Bright. 1, 2, 3. They're single file, 5 to go. I mean, these drivers are so far back. I mean, I know they're in a bigger pack. They might be getting the sniff of the draft. I just don't know how it's going to work out right here. Finally, Shones going to get around. Or is he? 2 Chasers held up by a Chaser, Jake Galloway. I don't know if that's something going on there, but something interesting to think about. That's 2 Chasers that were just held up. They lost some points to the 48, the 96, the 19 as well up here. And Vince has pulled away because Eli Bright made the pass on Max Anderson for a second. Now with 4 to go, look at the 12 back again on the 88. This is only helping the 95. It's also helping, though, this pack back here. Jefferson finally off pit road the 78, but obviously multiple laps down, out of the running. Hopefully just doesn't hold anyone up here coming up onto the racetrack. So 78 coming back up off of pit road. Up the racetrack he'll go. At this point, this second pack is dearly hoping that these drivers keep slowing each other down so that they can try and run down. They have 3 laps to go to the start-finish line. Vince Venta sitting duck there in the draft behind. Can they run him down in time? It's all Vince Venta coming to 3 to go here in Pensacola. Max Harrison, Eli Bright behind, looking. Eli again with the run for a second. That is only helping Vince Venta. Them making moves on each other. Nothing they can do now. Once they get side by side, slow each other down, they need to stay single file to help each other out. Help the guy in front to help yourself. And now they're side by side behind for 4th. It's only hurting themselves once again. These drivers know that if they could get just a sniff of that draft or come to 2 to go this time by, they might be too far back to try and make a run. And this front of the field is spread out right now. This has got to be Vince Venta's race, you have to think at this point. But once again, 3 lap cars ahead. They're not as slow as Jake Galloway and the others. But if we do catch them, it could slow Vince Venta down. Here they come to the front straightaway. 2 laps to go in Pensacola. 6 miles remaining for Vince Venta, Max Harrison, Eli Bright. Who wins the race? Max Harrison trying to back up to that 88. Eli Bright look for a run. The 12 with the 88 helping him out. Question is, do they stay loyal? Does Eli stay with that 12 to try and help himself forward, or does he try to pass the 12 because he has a run there? A lap and a half to go in Pensacola. The battle for second, only helping Vince Venta control at the front of the field. Max Harrison back clear, but has a long ways to go to get to Vince Venta. Is going to need help to get by. Here they come off turn 4. 3 cars to settle it in the chase race at Pensacola. The white flag is shown. Last lap. here in the Can-Am 500. Vince Venta leads, looking for his first ever Gatorade Cup Series win. Max Aronson, a past champion. Eli Bright, a veteran, who wins in Pensacola. Aronson in the draft, trying to get a run to that 9.5, make a run on him off turn 2 and down the backstretch. But he might need some help from behind to get up to the back of that 9.5. Final time down the backstretch in Pensacola. Vince Venta's looking good. Off to turn 3, lap traffic ahead. Do they play a role? Vince Venta's dominated the second half of this race. No one's been able to get up to him. Max Aronson and Eli Bright fooled around with each other. They allowed Vince Venta to pull away and dominate at the end. 3 cars tried to settle it, but it's all Vince Venta to the checker flag. Car number 95, Vince Venta, first win in the Gatorade Cup Series over Max Aronson and Eli Bright. Vince Venta wins the Can-Am 500 in a lap car-filled race in the Can-Am 500 here at Pensacola. First career Gatorade Cup Series win for Vince Venta. Let's go see the finishing results. Here are the finish results from the Can-Am 500 at the Pensacola International Speedway. 2 caution flags for 4 laps and 6 lead changes, 6 different drivers leading laps here today. The dominant car got out front at the end. Never could anyone try and get by him as Max Aronson and Eli Bright flew around with each other. It allowed Vince Venta to an easy victory, 16 laps left for the 95, en route to his victory here today. Max Aronson up second, Eli Bright in third. Those were the only 3 in the lead draft at the end. Danny Lloyd from 42nd up to 4th and the highest chaser. Not too bad for the 19 here today. A good points day. And Sebastian Kukulon rounds out the top 5 with Tyler Fink 6th, Roman Fenway 7th, Griffin Lynn 8th, Cole Luigi 9th, Anthony Ness, the next highest chaser inside the top 10. So look at the top 20. Enter Charles Bois, 11th was the next highest chaser, and then you have to go all the way down. Levi Schoen 17th, Derek Hamill 18th, Jonathan Rains 19th, the next 3 chasers. But then after Rains, after Jonathan Rains, it is really a dry spell of chasers as you look down 21st to 4th. Our next highest chaser after Jonathan Rains is 31st, Jake Galloway, who was involved in the first crash, fell a lap down. The next chaser, Riley Sampson, came as the points leader, keeps the points lead by a slim margin because so many drivers that are near him in the points. Carter Friesen had a bad day. You know, Semet Ozgen, Jonathan Rains didn't have a great day. Those drivers really close to him in the points. They could not gain because they also had bad days. Ozgen out of the race. From the pole, Joe Jefferson as well blew a header, so he had to take his car to the ground. This was a very interesting day in terms of mechanical issues or whatnot. Jay Jefferson had his issue, which he fell 7 laps down. Friesen fell 8 laps down with his issue. We had the 31 blow a header. So Trey Rainey had issues mechanically, so it was just crazy how we had some mechanical issues here today. At the right side are the point standings. It is still Riley Sampson on top by a single point over now Levi Schoen, who jumps his way up to second. Jonathan Rains is third. He's only 2 points back. Now look at Carl Friesen. He is only 4 points back. And a tie between Anthony Hernandez and Jake Galloway. They're currently 5 points back. Those drivers are really close. Matt Oskin is still only 9 points back of the points. That's within a race. He's actually tied with Anton Charles Bois. Derek Hamill is 11 points behind, so he's within a race by run behind the 32 in points. They need to make up some ground. Danny Lloyd did that here today. Made up some ground. He's gained on the points lead, so he's now closer than he ever has been to the points lead so far in the chase. Wyatt Walker and Carter Joey, the two that have had miserable chases. Wyatt Walker started out great with a second place chase finish, and now since then 3 finishes of last 1 point the last 3 races. He only has 14 points, and for Carter Joey, he has been the 11th finishing chaser in all 4 chase races so far this season. Only 8 points gained so far for the 17 driver. So it's not been good for those two, and we're coming up to chase race number 5, so we're getting closer to the Gatorade Cup Series Season number 9 championship race. But for chase race number 5, we will go out west to Auto Club for the Sony 500. I will see you guys then.